And Jesus you know what? Y'all might not see this motherfucker. You understand? Shit, I might delete this. Because them Facebook motherfuckers, them motherfuckers hate me, boy. If they can find any motherfucking thing to flag my shit, that's what they gonna do. The player haters, he cussing, he using profanity. Them motherfuckers hate me. They be trying to hack my page and every motherfucking thing, man. That's why y'all motherfuckers don't see my shit, man. Them niggas be flagging my shit all the time. But you know, anyway, let me stay focused. But anyway, Jesus was a dedicated son. I mean, not like these young motherfuckers today that don't respect their parents. Jesus had a great admiration for his father because he knew who his father was. God looked at him, and as he looked at him, he told him, he said, son, I want to make a confession to you. I've never felt like this before in my life. But them young niggas down there, they don't believe in me no more. They don't pray to me. They don't talk to me. I need you to go down there on earth and see what's going on. Now, I want you to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with niggas. They're the most confused race of people on earth. They always arguing and fussing and fighting amongst one another. And that's the reason why they'll never be successful. Because they can't get along. So I want you to understand what you up against. But I also want you to remember this. I am your father. And you are my son. But in reality, we are one. And Jesus looked at him and he said, Daddy, I got your back. I got you. He turned around, walked out of the big conference room, down a long hallway, and he made a right-hand turn, and he went into the elevator, and he pushed the gold button. The capacity, it was beyond comprehension. The speed of the elevator was like, shoo. He landed on earth in a couple of seconds. He got out the elevator, and the first thing he heard was gunshots. Niggas fighting and arguing and shooting at one another. Niggas running behind cars, shooting at one another. The siren going on. Police is looking for niggas. Niggas shooting at the police. Niggas arguing and fighting and just acting a motherfucking fool. Niggas just tearing up shit. Big booty bitches shaking their motherfucking ass. Niggas standing over there in the corner gambling and shooting dice. And one motherfucking nigga, he got the hooping and a hollering and shouting, talking about, motherfucker, I'll cover it if it's $1,000. I'm the motherfucking man. I'm Fish Rasconi. I'm the macaroni. I'll take your honey and your money. You won't be able to pay your rent. Motherfucker, I count more money than the motherfucking president. Jesus Christ was kind of shocked to see all this craziness that was going on amongst these niggas. Then he looked over there and he saw a group of rappers. They was real rich, wealthy rappers. And you know what they was doing? You know what they were doing? They were eating gold chicken wings. That's what rappers do now. They eat gold chicken wings that cost $1,000 a motherfucking tray. And Jesus Christ was looking at all this stupidity and ignorance and materialistic bullshit that had just captivated the nigga. Just made a motherfucking clown out of this motherfucker. I mean, this nigga is a real live fool. $1,000 for some chicken wings. Then this one nigga, he was standing there in the middle of the street. He got the hooping and a hollering and shouting, talking about he was a baller. Motherfucker, I buy niggas. You see these gym shoes? These are collectibles. Look at these motherfuckers. Ain't nobody got no gym shoes like these. I paid $3,000 for these gym shoes. Motherfucker, can you buy that? Jesus Christ couldn't believe it. He kept thinking about what his father had told him. They was morons. They were idiots. They had no sense of direction or nothing. Then this young brother walked up and he had a Donald Trump t-shirt on and he had a baseball cap on that said, "Let's make America greater." And he was trying to convince the niggas to be a Republican, that it was better than the Democratic Party. So as he was talking to them, this little bitty midget bitch, she started slowly walking up behind him. She took her high heels off and started hitting that motherfucker all upside the head. Niggas came out the woodwork. They started stomping that motherfucker. They was beating the shit out of him, man. It looked like they was gonna kill that motherfucker. Until Jesus Christ intervened. And when he intervened, he held his hands up high and he said, "Peace, my brothers and sisters, peace." And this young nigga, he was looking all crazy and shit. He said, "Man, that motherfucker on crack. I'm telling you, that motherfucker on crack." He said, "Let me tell you something, nigga. You don't even know what the meaning of peace means. What's your name and who is you?" And Jesus Christ looked at him. He said, "I'm the Son of God. I'm Jesus Christ." And to explain to you and to give you the true definition of peace, peace means that you never allow anyone to take your joy. And heaven means when you realize that the most important thing in life is to enjoy life. The young nigga got the hooping and the hollering and shit. I told you that motherfucker was on crack. Didn't I tell you? He talking that bullshit. Man, somebody needed to pop this motherfucker. Somebody need to pop this motherfucker. And Jesus Christ, in his humble way, he mumbled to himself and he said, "Lost souls." And he turned around and walked away. He saw this big church down the street and he was kind of depressed because he really couldn't help these niggas. So he thought about what his father had told him and he said, "I want to go back home. I want to hear something positive. I want to hear something spiritual. I want to hear something uplifting. I want to hear the word of God." So he walked in this church. And as he walked in the church, he saw all these stained glass windows and marble and everything. Elevators was all in the hallway. I mean, the place, it looked like a palace, man. So as he was about ready to enter into the church where the preacher was preaching, the usher ran up to him and he said, "Hey man, you can't come in here looking like that, man. You got on sandals and shit, got that stinking ass damn robe on. Man, who is you, man? Why don't you comb your nappy ass head? I mean, what's your name?" And Jesus looked at him and he told him, he said, "I'm the Son of God. I'm Jesus Christ." And the usher said, "Man, look, I ain't on that bullshit. You understand? I already had a rough day today, man. We got a concert after service. I'm not on that, man. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit, man. Go ahead on somewhere." So Jesus was really disgusted now, because he wanted to really help his father. And he couldn't find no answers to why these niggas was acting like they did and why they didn't believe in God no more. So he walked down the street. He was real sad. And he saw this pimp standing on the corner. And this pimp had on a cold-blooded butterscotch straw hat. And that motherfucker had that double-breast butterscotch suit on with them motherfucking gators. They was canary yellow to match the suit. I mean, them gators was smashing. The motherfucker had that damn yellow cane. Just something about that motherfucking cane, man. Just something about that motherfucker. And then he had that butterscotch drop top caddy and 2 holes sitting in that motherfucker. He was a very colorful character. So Jesus walked up to him and started a conversation. And as they began to talk, Jesus realized that he was a very intellectual individual. So he thought he would confide in someone who was so intelligent. And he said, "Tell me something. You seem like a guy that really knows what's going on. You self-employed. You don't work anywhere. And you got a lot of common sense. Now I want to ask you a question because I'm about ready to give up and I don't want to give up on my father. Why is it that these niggas on earth, they don't believe in God no more? Why is that?" And the pimp, he reached over and told his hoes, he said, "Man, y'all, take the car around the block, you understand, and cruise in that motherfucker. You understand? I'm going to take care of the business over here." So the pimp looked at him and he said, "Look here, man. If I tell you this, you got to keep this to yourself, man." And Jesus looked at him and said, "Well, I got to, share this with my father." And he said, "Well, yeah, you can share it with God. You're talking about Father Time. You're talking about the Godfather. You understand? You can share it with him. You understand? But nobody else." Now, the reason why they don't believe in your God no more is because they have another God that they believe in. And this God is everything to them. I mean, he is what you call perfect. This is someone that they worship and want to be like, And they have become addicted to this God. And this God is so powerful and addicted to him that they just don't believe in you anymore. And so Jesus said, "Well, who is this God?" And the pimp looked up and down the street, you understand? And he said, "He's the white man!"